The wedding of Charles, Prince of Wales, and Lady Diana Spencer took place on July 29, 1981 at St Paul's Cathedral, London, England. The ceremony was a traditional Church of England wedding service. Notable figures in attendance included many members of royal families from across the world, Republican heads of state, and members of the bride's and groom's families. Their marriage was widely billed as a fairy tale wedding, and the wedding of the century. It was watched by an estimated global TV audience of 750 million. The United Kingdom had a national holiday on that day to mark the wedding. The couple separated in 1992 and divorced in 1996. Engagement: the Prince of Wales had known Lady Diana Spencer for several years. He took serious interest in her as a potential bride during the summer of 1980 when they were guests at a country weekend, where she watched him play polo. He invited her for a sailing weekend to Cowes aboard the Royal Yacht Britannia as their relationship began to develop. This was followed by an invitation to Balmoral Castle, the Windsor family's Scottish home, to meet his family. Diana was well received at Balmoral by the Queen, Prince Philip, and the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. The couple then had several dates in London. Diana and Charles had been seeing each other for about 6 months when he proposed on February 3, 1981 in the nursery at Windsor Castle. Diana had planned a holiday for the next week, and Charles hoped she would use the time to consider her answer. Diana accepted, but their engagement was kept secret for the next few weeks. Their engagement became official on February 24, 1981, after Diana selected an elegant, large £30,000 ring that consisted of 14 solitaire diamonds surrounding a 12-carat oval blue Ceylon sapphire set in 18-carat white gold. Many copies of the ring have been made in well-established jewelry shops and high-street fashion chains worldwide. Wedding: 3,500 guests made up the congregation at St Paul's Cathedral. Charles and Diana selected St Paul's over Westminster Abbey, the traditional site of royal weddings, because St Paul's offered more seating and permitted a longer procession through the streets of London. The ceremony was a traditional Church of England wedding service, presided over by the Most Reverend Robert Runcie, Archbishop of Canterbury, and the Very Reverend Alan Webster, Dean of St Paul's Cathedral. An estimated 750 million people watched the ceremony worldwide, and this figure allegedly rose to 1 billion when the radio audience is added in, although there are no means of verifying these figures. 2 million spectators lined the route of Diana's procession from Clarence House, with 4,000 police and 2,201 military officers to manage the crowds. All of the Queen's governors-general, as well as Europe's crowned heads, attended, with the exception of King Juan Carlos I of Spain. Most of Europe's elected heads of state were among the guests, with the exceptions of the President of Greece, Constantine Karamanlis, and the President of Ireland, Patrick Hillery. Regiments from the Commonwealth realms participated in the procession, including the Royal Regiment of Canada. Lady Diana arrived at the cathedral in the glass coach with her father, John Spencer, 8th Earl Spencer, and escorted by 6 mounted Metropolitan Police officers. She arrived almost on time for the 11:20 BST ceremony. The carriage was too small to hold the two of them comfortably due to her voluminous dress and train. She made the 3.5-minute walk up the red-carpeted aisle with the sumptuous 25-feet train of gown behind her. Diana accidentally changed the order of Charles's names during her vows, saying Philip Charles Arthur George instead of the correct Charles Philip Arthur George. Charles also made an error. He said he would offer her thy goods instead of my worldly goods. She did not promise to obey him as part of the traditional vows. That word was eliminated at the couple's request, which caused a sensation at the time. Other church representatives present who gave prayers following the service were a former Archbishop of Canterbury, Donald Coggan, Cardinal Basil Hume, the Right Reverend Andrew Doig and the Reverend Harry Williams Greek. The directors and conductors of the music for the occasion included Sir David Wilcox, Christopher Durnley, Barry Rose, Richard Poplewell and Sir Colin Davis. Music and songs used during the wedding included the Prince of Denmark's March, I Vow to Thee, My Country, Pomp and Circumstance No. 4, and the British National Anthem. Clothing equals. Diana's wedding dress was valued at £9,000. The dress was made of ivory silk taffeta, decorated with lace, hand embroidery, sequins, and 10,000 pearls. It was designed by Elizabeth and David Emanuel and had a 25-foot train of ivory taffeta and antique lace. Charles wore his full-dress naval commander uniform. The bride wore her Spencer family's heirloom tiara. According to her brother, Charles Spencer, Diana was unused to wearing a tiara and it gave her a headache. Diana was reported to have spilled perfume all over her wedding dress. The official parfumeur of the royal wedding was the House of Houbigant, the oldest French fragrance company. Attendance the royal couple had 7 bridal attendants. 11-year-old Lord Nicholas Windsor, son of the Duke and Duchess of Kent, and 8-year-old Edward Van Cutsem, godsons of the Prince of Wales, were page boys. Diana's bridesmaids were 17-year-old Lady Sarah Armstrong-Jones, daughter of the Earl of Snowdon and Princess Margaret. 13-year-old India Hicks, the granddaughter of the Earl Mountbatten of Burma and daughter of David and Lady Pamela Hicks. 6-year-old Catherine Cameron, daughter of Donald and Lady Cecil Cameron and granddaughter of the Marquis of Lothian. 11-year-old Sarah Jane Gaisley, daughter of Nick Gaisley and his wife. And 5-year-old Clementine Hambro, daughter of Rupert Hambro and the Honourable Mrs. Hambro and granddaughter of Lord and Lady Soames and great-granddaughter of Sir Winston Churchill. Andrew and Edward were the Prince of Wales's supporters. Reception the couple and 120 guests went to Buckingham Palace for a wedding breakfast following the ceremony. Diana and Charles made a traditional appearance on the balcony of Buckingham Palace at 13:10 BST, and delighted the crowd when they kissed. The couple had 27 wedding cakes. The official wedding cake was supplied by the Naval Armed Forces. David Avery, head baker at the Royal Naval Cooking School in Chatham, Kent, made the cake over 14 weeks. They made 2 identical cakes in case one was damaged. The couple's other wedding cake was created by Belgian pastry chef G. Sender, who was known as the cake maker to the kings. Another wedding cake was created by chef Nicholas Lodge. Chef Nicholas had previously made the Queen Mother's 80th birthday cake and would be commissioned to create a christening cake for Prince Harry. A just married sign was attached to the landau by Princes Andrew and Edward, which raised smiles as the married couple was driven over Westminster Bridge to catch the train from Waterloo Station to Romsey in Hampshire to begin their honeymoon. Royal guests. The Aga Khan and Princess Sulaiman Aga Khan, Prince and Princess Ludwig of Baden, the King and Queen of the Belgians, King Simeon II and Queen Margarita of the Bulgarians, the Queen and Prince Consort of Denmark, Prince George Valdemar of Denmark. King Constantine II of the Hellenes, Crown Prince Pavlos of Greece, Prince Nikolaos of Greece and Denmark, Princess Alexia of Greece and Denmark. Prince and Princess George William of Hanover, Prince Georg of Hanover. Prince and Princess Karl of Hesse, Princess Christina Margaret of Hesse and Robert van Eyck, Princess Dorothea and Prince Friedrich Karl of Windisch-Gras-Currency TZ, Princess Marina of Windisch-Gras-Currency TZ. The Princess of Hesse and by Rhine, the Prince and Princess of Hohenlohe-Langenburg, Prince and Princess Andreas of Hohenlohe-Langenburg, Prince and Princess Albrecht of Hohenlohe-Langenburg, Princess Beatrix of Hohenlohe-Langenburg, the Crown Prince and Crown Princess of Japan, the Crown Prince and Crown Princess of Jordan, the Queen of Lesotho, the Prince and Princess of Liechtenstein, the Grand Duke and Grand Duchess of Luxembourg, the Princess of Monaco, the hereditary Prince of Monaco. Prince Gyanandra and Princess Cornwall of Nepal, the Queen and Prince Claus of the Netherlands, the King Norway, the Crown Prince and Crown Princess of Norway. King Michael I and Queen Anne of Romania, the King and Queen of Sweden, Princess Margaretha, Mrs. Ambler and Mr. John Ambler. Princess Mahashakri Sirintorn of Thailand, the King and Queen of Tonga, the Malitoa of Western Samoa, former Crown Prince Alexander of Yugoslavia, Prince and Princess Tomislav of Yugoslavia, Prince Nikola of Yugoslavia, Princess Katerina of Yugoslavia, Prince Christopher of Yugoslavia, Princess Maria Tatiana of Yugoslavia, Princess Olga of Yugoslavia, Prince and Princess Alexander of Yugoslavia, Princess Elizabeth of Yugoslavia. Honeymoon, The couple left from Waterloo Station in the British Royal Train Plus 975,025 Caroline. They travelled to Broadlands, where Prince Charles's parents had spent their wedding night in 1947. They stayed there for 3 days, then flew to Gibraltar, where they boarded the royal yacht Britannia for an 11-day cruise of the Mediterranean, visiting Tunisia, Sardinia, Greece and Egypt. Then they flew to Scotland, where the rest of the royal family had gathered at Balmoral Castle, and spent time in a hunting lodge on the estate. During that time, the press was given an arranged opportunity to take pictures. See also: Wedding of Charles, Prince of Wales, and Camilla Parker Bowles, Wedding of Prince William and Catherine Middleton. Notes. References. External links: Wedding of Charles and Diana, Times Online, The Royal Wedding Cakes, Classic Celebration Cakes.